Everybody, and welcome to my N5 series on the SP404 Mark II, where I cover a topic in about 5 minutes. Otis writes in and says, let's say I am recording an acapella from YouTube, and I set the record BPM at 87. Will it automatically record the acapella at 87 BPM? It will mark it as 87 BPM if you hold Shift and hit ext source. So just dial in whatever the BPM is. In your case, you said 87. I guess you'd have to know that the acapella is a consistent BPM, or that it's been somebody else has done all the work to make sure things line up on a grid. But if it's not, if that's not done, or it's kind of a more loose BPM, this can be harder for you. But I've got the OP1 here, and I have a little loop that I'd recorded. And I can see that it's recorded at 72 BPM. I know that's correct. So if I come in and dial 72 in, I can, from here, hit record, select the pad that I want, and just start playing this loop. So we'll just let it loop a couple times. If I hit record afterwards, you can see it now says 72 BPM. Which is what I recorded at. So whether I play it from the OP1 or from here, it's going to be the same BPM. If, on the other hand, I come in and I've just got something that's wrong, like let's just dial in 126, I guess. Doesn't really matter. But if I hit record and now I play this, record. I'm just going to show you, there's a couple things that happen that's a little weird. So we've got, they both sound exactly the same. One says 72, one says 126. The thing that we can do now is I can turn BPM sync on for both of these. So now it's taking that 90 BPM from, if I hold Shift and Pad 11, we can see bank A is set to 90 BPM. So it's basically doing the pitch shift to what it should be for 90 BPM. You can hear that on the one that's set to 126, it's actually pitching it down, and there's a few reasons for that I'm not going to get into. But basically, if it can't do the divisor of the BPM as it kind of moves it up, it ends up shifting it down. Anyway, to make sure that this actually sounds correct, what we can do is go to Pattern Select, hit Record, and I'm just going to record a pattern, 2-bar loop, 90 BPM, and let's say I want to record in the first one. This is what it's going to sound like. And now I can let go, and it's going to keep looping. You can hear there's a little glitch at the end, but you could probably get it set up correctly by coming in and adjusting the start and end points, make sure that everything is on a good zero cross, all that stuff. Anyway, it sounds like I can hear it matches the metronome pretty well. Now, if I go do the same thing with this second loop that we just recorded, you can hear, if I turn it up, it's not, first of all, it's not matching the metronome, and that's because the BPM is wrong. So that can be problematic. So here, barring that little glitch at the end, it will loop correctly and match the BPM as long as you get all that correct. To fix this, where the pattern 2 is wrong, we're going to have to come in, and we would want to actually fix the BPM here. So I go pitch and speed, and I push it on the value knob while we're in manual, and go in and dial it down to 72. Just takes a little while. We're almost there. 72. And if I exit out, and now if I go back to the pattern here, we can hear it's playing at the right speed. This one doesn't have that glitch at the end. What I think is happening on the first one is that the sample gate is ending just before the very end of the pattern. I'd have to re-record it to fix it. Whereas the second one, it's lined up correctly. Now, the reason why this works is because we have the BPM set correctly on both of these, so now we can use BPM sync. Anyway, Otis, I hope that helps you out. Keep making music, keep having fun. Remember, if it sounds good, it is good. And peace.